The problem, the fear of falling. Most people are terrified of losing. They see a fall as proof they're not good enough. They avoid risks, play small, stay in the safe lane because what if I fail again? But here's the truth. Every single person who's ever won big has fallen hard, multiple times. The difference isn't that they never lose. The difference is they treat every loss as tuition. They pay the price, learn the lesson, and come back smarter. You're not failing when you fall. You're training, you're collecting intel. The real problem isn't losing, it's refusing to learn from it and staying down. The lie, losing means I'm a loser vs losing means I'm learning. We say I lost, so I'm a failure. I tried and it didn't work, so I should quit. People will think I'm weak if I keep falling. That's the biggest lie out there. Losing doesn't make you a loser, it makes you experienced. Every fall gives you data, what doesn't work, what hurts, what to adjust. The people who win aren't the ones who never fall, they are the ones who get up with more knowledge than when they went down. Flip that lie today. Stop saying I lost, so I'm done. Start saying I lost, so now I know more than yesterday. That one sentence turns pain into power. It turns setbacks into setups. You're not a loser for falling, you're a student for getting back up. The fix, the 9th time mindset. When you fall again, don't beat yourself up. Do this instead. Immediately ask 3 questions. 1. What exactly went wrong? 2. What did I learn from this fall? 3. How do I use that lesson on the next attempt? Write it down if you can, speak it out loud if you can't, then get back in. The 9th time isn't the same as the 1st. You've got 8 lessons loaded. You're not starting over, you're starting upgraded. Every fall is tuition paid for the next win. Pay attention to the lesson, apply it fast, and watch how quickly the falls turn into stepping stones. The ownership, falling is your teacher, losing isn't the end, it's the classroom. Own every fall, own every scar, own every I tried and it didn't work, because every single one made you stronger, wiser, tougher. The person who never falls never grows. The person who falls 8 times and rises the 9th time knowing more than before that. The person who wins big. That's the person who turns pain into progress. Own your losses. Thank them. They taught you what no book or video ever could. Your story isn't about never falling, it's about how many times you got up smarter. The final word, you were not built to stay down. You were built to fall, learn, rise, repeat. Dyslexic or not, scripted or unscripted, 8 falls or 80, every time you get back up with a lesson, you're winning. I'm proof. I fell, I learned, I kept speaking from what I've lived through. You can too, so fall again if you have to. Just make sure you learn, get up the 9th time stronger, feel that fire. That's your comeback calling. Answer it, own it, rise up right now. Take a look at your life, not the one you post on social media, the real one, the one that happens in the silence of your own mind. When the lights go out, you wake up, you hit snooze, you drag yourself to a job that doesn't inspire you, you eat food that makes you sluggish, you come home, you scroll through a glass screen for 3 hours and you go to sleep. Repeat. You've fallen into the trap. You've defaulted to average. Average is comfortable. Average is predictable. It's the path of least resistance. It's a warm blanket that slowly smothers the fire you were born with. And the worst part? Nobody blames you for it. Your friends are average. Your neighbors are average. Your coworkers are average. They'll tell you it's fine. They'll tell you you're doing okay, but okay is a slow motion suicide for your potential. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy nor suffer much, because they live in a gray twilight that knows not victory nor defeat." You are living in that gray twilight right now. You're settling for a lukewarm existence because you're afraid of the heat. Settling is silent theft. It's stealing the legacy you're supposed to leave. It's stealing the father, the mother, or the leader you were meant to become. You aren't broken, you aren't lazy, you've just fallen asleep at the wheel of your own life. UV let the world convince you that safe is the same as good. It's time to stop defaulting to easy. It's time to wake up. The most dangerous words in the human language are, "This is good enough." That is the lie that average tells you to keep you from your edge. You say it when you're in the gym and you have 2 reps left, but your lungs burn. Good enough. You say it when you're refinishing a project at 5 o'clock p.m. and it's about 80% there. Good enough. You say it about your relationships when the passion is gone, but the routine is comfortable. Good enough. Let's be real. Good enough is the anthem of the coward. It's an excuse to stop pushing before the pain hits. It's self-betrayal wrapped in a bow of humility. You tell yourself you're being realistic. You tell yourself not. Everyone gets to win big. The truth? You deserve better. Not because you're a special snowflake, but because you have the biological capacity for excellence that you are currently wasting. When you settle, you aren't being humble, you're being a thief. You're holding back the contribution you owe to the world. Roosevelt spoke of the cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Those are the people who say this is fine while their dreams are rotting. Flip the script right now. Stop saying this is good. Enough. Start saying, I deserve to push for more. I deserve the struggle. I deserve the sweat. I deserve the scars that come with being in the arena. Because that struggle, that friction is the only thing that proves you're actually alive. Settling is a choice, and it is a choice you make every single time you choose the easy yes over the hard no. It's time to stop lying to yourself. You don't want average, you want your edge back. So how do you find that edge? How do you sharpen a blade that's been dull for years? You need a new filter for your life. You need a question that cuts through the bullshit of your excuses. From this moment forward, every time you reach a point of decision, no matter how small, I want you to stop. Ask yourself this: what would the best version of me do right now? The best version of you isn't some mythical hero. It's the person you know you could be if you stopped negotiating with your weakness. When that alarm goes off at 5 o'clock a.m. and your bed is warm, ask the question, what would the best version of you do? He wouldn't hit snooze. He'd be on the floor doing push-ups before his brain even realized he was awake. When you're at work and you want to cut corners, ask the question, what would the best version of you do? He'd stay the extra 20 minutes to make sure the work is bulletproof. When you want to snap at your spouse because you're tired and stressed, ask the question, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Roosevelt believed in what he called the strenuous life. He believed that the highest form of character is built through effort, not just any effort, but the kind of effort that makes you uncomfortable. He said, I wish to preach not the doctrine of ignoble ease, but the doctrine of the strenuous life, the life of toil and effort, of labor and strife. To preach that highest form of success which comes not to the man who desires mere easy peace, but to the man who does not shrink from danger, from hardship, or from bitter toil. That is your fix. You stop looking for the easy peace. You start looking for the strenuous life. Every time you answer the edge question with action, you are casting a vote for a new identity. You are sharpening your mind. You are burning away the average and igniting the edge. Excellence is not a talent. It's not a gift. It's not something you're born with. Excellence is a decision, and it's a decision you have to make every single morning. Average is the default setting of the world. If you do nothing, you will be average. If you just go with the flow, you will end up in the gray twilight. To have an edge, you have to fight for it. You have to own the fact that your current life, every single part of it, is a direct result of the standards you have tolerated. If your body is soft, it's because you tolerated a soft standard. If your bank account is empty, it's because you tolerated an average effort. Own it, because the moment you own it is the moment you gain the power to change it. You need to get back in the arena. You know the words. Roosevelt's most famous charge: it is not the critic who counts. Not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, that is ownership. Ownership is being marred by the dust. Ownership is being covered in the blood and the sweat and not caring what the critics in the stands have to say, the people who settle. For average will always try to pull you back down to their level. They'll call you obsessed. They'll tell you to relax, ignore them. Your edge is your choice. Your excellence is your responsibility. Protect your edge. Sharpen it every day with the strenuous life. Let it cut through every limitation you once thought was permanent. You were not born to be a poor spirit in the gray twilight. You were not born to settle for scraps of a life while others claim the full meal. The time for good enough is over. The time for tomorrow is dead. Right now, in this second, ask the question, what would the best version of me do? Whatever the answer is, do it. If it's making a phone call, make it. If it's dropping for 20 push-ups, drop. If it's throwing away the junk food in your pantry, get up and do it now. Feel that friction. Feel that resistance in your chest. That's your edge igniting. That's the fire returning to your bones. No more average. No more compromises. No more excuses. You have one life. You have one shot. Don't you dare spend it being okay. Get in the arena. Dare mighty things. Ignite your edge. Own your shit.